amazing. So how are you guys? First of all, I mean, what is it like to be here in front of this crowd? How are you?
It's crazy.
I love it too. I used to feel like Jared Harris.
We have some priors. Okay, it's okay. So I want to ask you guys a couple questions. Alright, before we get to your guys' questions. So first, were you guys into the book before doing the movie?
I was a huge fan of the podcast, so I was a fan, like all of you guys. So being cast as a literary heroine that I loved and admired is a huge honor, and I would have had expectations of any actors playing Carrie, so I hope I live up to yours, but I'm really proud of what we did.
And now, did you feel when you had read the books, did you feel a sort of pressure going into the movie and thinking, you know, this is going to be really good? I mean, so many people like it.
I think it's inevitable to feel some sort of pressure, but I think all of us, when we were shooting in Toronto, lots of fans would come to set, and they'd come and encourage us and give us gifts and words of encouragement, so I think we felt the support from everyone.
Someone made a banana question over there.
I pointed that out earlier to somebody who's wearing a banana costume. Have you guys seen that yet?
That's what I'm saying. The banana question's dope. Everyone.
Oh, that's really good.
Hey.
Oh, you do? What is a nice picture of you? And these guys are not Now, what's the craziest thing you guys have seen so far from fans?
Last was 2 days ago. A girl fainted in front of Jamie.
And I felt bad about it. I felt guilty. But she's okay now. She's okay now, just in case no one's as concerned as I am. I guess we've had some weird experiences. Someone named their baby Jace, which was kind of crazy. And then there's this lovely girl who was there the other day, dressed up as Henry.
Cool, well guys, without further ado, what we're going to show you a featurette right now that sort of gives you a little behind the scenes look at everything, so take a look.
Necessity homes.
Discovery and empowerment. I was a fan of the books before I was cast. Once you start reading these, you just really can't stop.
The shadow world is a world that we all most ever live in. It's just we can't see it.
Hey,
You tell us.
it's a dimension that the shadow hunters are able to move back and forth between. What are you looking at?
Very afraid of the young girl living in New York, and she thinks she's a normal teenager. Make sure you come straight up tonight. The first moment is very bad, where she realizes that there is some girl that one of hers is at the home, and she literally thinks she can be right down. What is it? We find out that I'm not going to say, which is just a normal human being.
You wouldn't believe it if I told you.
She goes to meet this young girl who thinks she's normal to a heroine has to take on all these new powers. The main focus of her mom's mom, and her relationship with mom is so strong that no matter what happens, she will go out with her. She keeps a secret from Carrie because she wants to keep her safe.
I think Jace is drawn to Claire because he sees the strength in her that he's never seen in anybody else. And plus, she's smart and hot. He's destined to be
This movie is taking the book to a whole new level.
very big quality action adventure. This is about us.
this?
I listen to very loud music anyway, so I can't really.
So where?
Every time Jamie walks into the room, Lily and I both scream up that front.
Really?
Usually I'm the one fainting. But this time Heather will not do it.
I love it. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is I have questions from you guys. You guys had to fill them out earlier. So the first question is from David from Chicago. This question is for Lily. What was the hardest scene to film?
Get it all out now. Hardest scene to shoot? Probably the hotel board sequence, the big action sequence between all the Shadowhunters and myself and Simon. We shot it over a series of about a week, all night shoot, so 3, 4, 5 in the morning. And I'm doing all the action in a very short, tight dress and 5-inch thigh-high leather boots.
I follow you
And
and
my
my
ankle, you know how hard it is to even walk in heels, let alone kick butt. So that was pretty difficult.
I can imagine, yeah. And also too, it takes a long time to just film something maybe really simple, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're doing, shot after shot after shot, time and time again. Just trying not to twist an ankle.
Great. Okay, now this one is for Jamie. What was the most dangerous thing you had to do on set?
Most dangerous thing I had to do on set. Let's have a think. There were a lot of dangerous things that I did on set, not necessarily that I had to do.
One of those maybe.
Turning up was pretty dangerous. I suppose, I mean, there were a lot of stunts. I did all of my own stunts but one. So I think the most dangerous was the table flip, probably. Like, we rehearsed it like, twice. The first time I overshot the table, the second time I undershot the table, and then I was like, okay, well we should just roll on this one because the law of averages states that I'll make it like square into the middle. So we rolled and I made it. And do you know what's awesome though, is that these guys hung around and watched, like waited for me to do it, and like it was really like a team effort. And I don't know, like yeah, I did it, but they were there and they got, you know, and there's a video and they're all like clapping, and it just makes me really happy. So it's dangerous and happy.
Okay, well this one is for Kevin. Do you remember any pranks played while filming?
Thanks. We joked around a lot. I mean, we all worked, really long hours on this film, so, we make a lot of voices. What's that? The dance?
It's all good.
Oh yeah. We did do one take when we were walking through the subway. It was at the very end of the night, where it was in slow motion as we were walking through, and we all decided to do our sort of Zoolander walks.
Wait, can you show us? Do you guys want to show?
That is so weird. So weird. You'll have to wait. It'll be on the DVD extras, I'm sure.
It is, it's on there actually.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys have to get to the beginning. Okay, for Lily. I'm sorry. Okay, so Lily, which Larry do you admire the most? Yeah.
Traits. I think determination, because throughout this entire story, she goes through who, what, when, where, why, 5 million times, and she never gives up, and she never lets herself be a victim, and she continues on, whether it's through the romance, through the drama, through the action, and she never lets herself fall victim to anything. She's very determined.
And this one is from Lauren from Chicago. Jamie, this is for you. What was your funniest behind-the-scenes moment while filming? Was it the Zoolander dance?
Funniest behind the scenes, but I fluff up lines quite often, and I say things that might sound wrong, that sound a bit, let's just say, explicit when they shouldn't be explicit. And it was whilst we were in the city of Bones. I'm not going to say what it is because it's terribly rude. But it took a few takes to get it right, put it that way, and poor Collins over here had to deal with me being basically an idiot for about half an hour. Well, actually about 4.5 months.
Oh, I'm sure many would love to be in your position, so don't worry. Okay. Now this one is for all of you. What do you think you brought out most of your characters?
What do we bring out most in our characters? I don't know. I mean, I think we, especially in retrospect, we're all sort of a lot like the characters that we play. I mean, there's a lot of me and Alec, there's a lot of Jamie and Jason, obviously Claire and Lily. But so you know, I think when Harold cast the film, when the studio hired us, I think there was inherently a lot of the things that the characters needed, we sort of had. That's always, at least for me, when I watch a film, I'm looking for is to not have to manufacture too much. And so, I mean, I'm not a great fighter, but I can take this.
There you go. What about Lily for you?
I think the adventurous side, like the why not, instead of the why or why not. Because I think at the beginning of the story, she's so against going with Jason friendly, she breaks down, and it becomes a real story. If I don't do this, then I'm never going to find a mom, and I'm going to do that. So she becomes more open to adventure, and I think that I, in turn, as Lily, was more open to adventure during the movie.
Jamie.
These guys are gonna kill me because I say this the whole time.
Vulnerability.
Yeah. I mean, I guess in the books, you know, Jason's very, he can turn on a dime and he's got this light-hearted element to him, but I really focused on his sarcasm and on his sort of, I don't know, his cockiness a little bit more than perhaps the books focuses on. Just because when he opens up to Clary, it makes it more obvious as to why he's been like that, and then that's the vulnerable side of him. And then through that, finding the comedic elements that he has, a lot of the comedic elements that are in the movie that Jace has was sort of ad-libbed and little things I just threw in at the end. So,
Love it. Okay, this one's from Evelyn from Lions. She's wondering, for you, Lily, did you do your own stunts?
I did a lot of them. I have an amazing stunt double who actually was with me on Mirror Mirror. And there was one or two things they wouldn't let me do, one of which was being flung high speed into a wall. For some reason they wouldn't let me do that one. But I got to do a lot of training. We did about 3 months of training prior to filming and then every day on set. So I did get to do a majority of my stunts. Yeah, R1. So it's really fun.
this girl can keep up with the boys, by the way. I'm telling you, she can really kick ass.
Even in heels, right? Alright, this is from Claire from Indianapolis. This one's for you, Jeannie. When did you feel like you officially became Chase?
I feel like I officially became Jason.
Is there a moment?
I suppose when I was cast, probably was the time. I don't know, like, I guess for me it's once you like put the costume on, once you're there, like, I get very nervous when I go to work anyway, because I'm always thinking I'm going to screw up. I always think that somebody's going to try and find me out. I'm not really meant to be doing what I'm like there to do. I'm like, oh dear. So I suppose like when you put the costume on, when you're there, and that first scene, that first take. In fact, the first scene that we shot all together, my first day, your first day too, first day of shooting, is that little bit that you saw just there when we were walking down the street towards Clary's house. And so that for me was like, I was like, okay, so this is actually happening now. Like, we're making this film. It's been like 2 years, a year and a half maybe for me. So it's been like 2 years for you. So yeah, that's when.
Alright, this one's from Maggie from Glendale Heights. Kevin, what scene are you looking forward to shooting in the City of Ashes?
Sorry, I just realized I didn't split my pants.
Very
went to Giordano's for dinner.
That'll do it.
What was the question?
It was, what scene are you looking forward to shooting in the City of Ashes?
Well, I mean, you know, there's a lot of Agnes stuff in the second. But, you know, I think we've all, Amy's read. But we've all sort of kept in pretty good shape. I mean, I think we've all, once we knew, I think we found out a couple of months ago that we were doing the second film. You know, there's a lot more action in the second film, so I think we've all kind of, now that we've sort of been there and done that with the first film, I think we realize how much more there is to do, and you know, I'm looking forward to sort of coming in and kicking some more butt, you know, coming in sort of physically in better shape than the last one is, you know, kind of what, that's all I can focus on right now. We haven't seen the script, so.
Are you good? Do you want to turn your chair? Are you
No, I think it's not, I mean, I think it's fun for now.
Okay, okay. All right, this is from Tori from Lancaster. Lily, when you read this series, what was your favorite, and what is your favorite scene in that book?
Is that your question? Oh, thank you. I'm gonna say the first book because it's the moment that, you know, it's the moment that Canary figures out she's not who she thought she was, and she's a shadow hunter, and she kind of has to go from there throughout these series and find her voice and grow confident and become a shadow hunter. So the first one, she also meets these characters, and it's kind of more of that introduction to the story. And as a fan of the series and a fan of the first book, I'm gonna be very girly and have to say the greenhouse. I think it was that moment as a fan when you kind of finally go like, finally, you know, and then everything hits the fan, and then obviously, you know, things happen and you find out things, it's Larry, and you go, oh, that's, yes, that's the other side, but incest, I should incest. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so I hope it lives up to your expectations.
Was it kind of cool to see, Lily? You read the books, was it cool to see certain scenes play out and how they set things up?
I think I've always loved reading fantasy books, and when I read them, I create a movie in my head. And the first time I walked onto the Institute library set was the first time I really felt like I'm in the book. So to see these scenes play out, to have moments with Kevin's character and with Jamie's character, it brought like these scenes way more to life. I mean, I never knew there was going to be so much action for me to be involved in. So it was a very pleasant surprise.
Cool, okay. Jamie, if you could get any room tattooed, which one would it be?
Fearless is dope. Fearless is pretty cool. I also, the one that I really like the design of is the wedded room. I love that. It's very beautiful. Yeah, site's pretty dope. I get them all, I guess. Like, if I was really hardcore, I get them all on my face.
Do you have a couple of your own though?
I do, I have 9. I have 2 new ones on my fingers.
I noticed that earlier.
Some on my legs, I have some on my chest and my arms. So what's up? I have Bob Dylan on my derriere. Yeah, that's not to say anyone should go out there and get tattoos. Just ask your parents first. It's your call, whatever. Yeah, it's your call.
Great advice. Okay, Stephanie from Woodstock instructed me to look on the back, and this one is from Kevin. Kevin.
I'm from Woodstock.
No way!
Woodstock. From here, but I'm from
Oh,
Woodstock.
okay, I was gonna say. All right, Alec is a very strong character who grows up a lot throughout the series. How does it feel to play a character with such ordinary troubles, such as trying to come out to your parents and not being afraid of who you are?
You know, it was, I have to be honest, I mean, it was something that going into the film, it was, you know, you try to create a character and you try to create a character that, you know, Alec is a pretty sort of beloved character from these books, obviously. And I think the pretty universal theme, I think, with him and his sexuality is that most young people feel kind of out of place all the time. I certainly did. So I think his sexuality was just sort of something that, you know, for me, especially in retrospect, I wanted to create a really strong character, not somebody who was very stereotypical of what people might expect from a gay character. You know, his sexuality is far down the list of things that are most important to him. He's a very strong, and to be honest, I wanted to, you know, for some 15 or 16-year-old kid from Chicago to be able to, who hasn't come out of the closet, to say, oh, well, that's what being gay is, and, you know, if that's what, you know, if that's all that, if I can be like that, then it's not as bad as people have made it sound. So, you know, it's definitely something that I'm proud to have been a part of, because I think it's not that big a deal for you guys, you know?